Well, welcome everybody. It's Stuart Morse meets. This time we're meeting Paul Salter, but Paul with a different sort of hat on today. So welcome along, Paul.
Thank you. Thanks, Stuart.
So today we're talking Stratford Town Colts.
Okay.
Tell us how you got involved in Stratford Town Colts.
It really started through my son. But my son, literally from when he could walk, he wanted to kick a football, and we sort of slowly got involved in football. You know, became a parent on the sidelines, then a coach, then a manager for the village club. We ended up moving to Stratford Town, and it's sort of gone on from there. I took a team right up to 16, and then decided that when they were too old that I wanted to get involved, and I suppose put a little bit more back into football. So that's basically the story, Stuart.
So football-wise yourself, you played until you were about 30, and
Correct.
then,
Yes.
and then you got crocked.
Yes.
For want of a better word, couldn't do it. Then obviously you've gone in then into management, and then it's all about then developing youngsters from there on in, is it?
Yeah, I honestly think that, Stuart. This, you know, I love playing football, but being the backroom side is as enjoyable as playing. And you know, for me over the years as a kid playing football and my son playing football, you know, every club I've been involved in has had volunteers that are working behind the scenes, giving loads and loads of time. So I suppose I've got to the point where you just think it's my time to give something back.
Yeah. So you've been chairman of the Stratford Town Colts for the last couple of years?
Correct, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So what does that involve? This Stratford Town Colts, we say Stratford Town Colts, we're talking a lot of children, managers and teams involved in there.
I honestly don't think as chairman, I think I take a lot of credit for the hard work that our volunteers put in. And I suppose I'm fronting all the work they do. You know, we are a charitable organisation. You know, we are run by a team of volunteers.
Yeah.
We have over 260 children registered with the club from under 8 to under 18. We have teams with the Ambassador League, Ambassador Aviation League on a Saturday, Mid Warwicks, MJPL, Coventry Warwickshire League. And to be able to function as a team, we have to have, yes, a chairman at the top heading it, we have trustees, vice chairman, club secretaries for the different leagues, welfare officers to deal with safeguarding issues. That involves a lot of work. And, you know, we are really sort of indebted to the work that those individuals do, really. And I'm fortunate as chairman that I take the credit for all the work that they do.
Absolutely. So you mentioned under 8s, right up to under 16s and stuff, but that's still quite a lot of teams, isn't it, to organise?
It's 18 teams altogether,
right?
So you know it is a lot of teams to organise, but we have just the network of coaches, managers, committee. You know, this is the work that they put in day in, day out. You know, we all have a day job, but our evening jobs are football. So you know, really can't thank the volunteers that we have enough.
So everybody's got the basic love for football and want to do well and bring people on and develop youngsters into enjoying the game of football that we all love.
Correct.
And that must be what drives everybody on to succeed going up through that age group and stuff.
Yeah, yes, it is. I think what's happened for a lot of the, you know, we have a great team of managers. They're all FA registered, but I think a lot of our committee are ex-managers as well. So you get involved with Stratford Town. You run a team. You get a love for the club, and when your team gets to under 18, rather than stop and walk away, you want to stay connected to the club. I know we've talked before, Stuart, about a family, but it honestly is, and certainly for me, when my son stopped being involved with Stratford Town, I didn't want to leave the club. You know, I didn't want to leave the family. So the natural progression was to really get involved behind the scenes. And it is, you do put in a lot of work, but it's very rewarding as well.
Absolutely. I mean, you mentioned that it's a family. I mean, from what my limited involvement in with Stratford Town Football Club, and the things that are going on behind the scenes, it's definitely growing, especially this year, and it feels that things are on the up, not only with the first team, but with everybody connected with every single level of the club.
Yes, it is, but I think, as we talked about earlier, I think the biggest change that we've seen is the kids wearing the same kit as the first team. The Stratford first team are the kids' idols. They look at the first team like the Premier League footballers and wearing the same kit. They love it. And I understand the first team love the kids wearing the same kit. And we feel part of the club. we definitely do. And there's honestly a real feel-good factor to the club at the moment, and it's a nice club to be with.
Absolutely. I mean, the Colts at the minute. Also, after the Colts is the academy as well. What we can see now is there is a definite progression coming from the lower 8-year-olds learning the football, learning the disciplines, learning the friendship part of being in a football team. And then from the academy is what people then can start developing into the first team, and that must be great for football.
It's fantastic, but the end result, as we said, is this pathway to see kids that are joining us at under 8 and even younger than that, the Grasshoppers with Paul. To see somebody joining the club at 6, 7 or 8 and going on to represent the first team, that's got to be the aim of everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not all about winning, is it? I mean, we've spoken previously about you had a young team starting out last year and lost every single game.
Correct.
But this year, they've stuck together, they've bonded, they've grown, they've developed, and now they're starting to win absolutely everything.
We were talking about this at a managers' meeting earlier on in the week. The results on the pitch are improving this year, but I think the mentality of the managers that we have are geared up to the kids enjoying football. And what tends to happen is if you sort of promote the right spirit and the kids are going out and enjoying football and wanting the ball, and you're keeping the discipline, the results happen. I'm a referee, and I referee a lot of games involving Stratford Town Colts, and the away teams turn up and you hear the managers shouting out, barking out commands and putting pressure on the kids to win, and that's not good for the kids. That doesn't promote good football. So I honestly think the ethos that we've got in the club is promoting success. It really, really honestly is, and we've got a fantastic core of managers. They're trained. We have safeguarding issues we have to look at. There are FA courses that we have to go on. It's great that people can volunteer to get involved in football, but there's a lot of education and theory behind that as well that they have to learn.
And also, it's not cheap to do this sort of thing, is it? The youngsters, they still have to pay their fees.
Correct.
But it's not an elitist here at Stratford Town, and you are able to help people of all avenues of life, aren't you?
We have teams of. Firstly, we have teams of different abilities. We have some teams that are of a incredibly high standard, but we promote all different abilities. And as you said, Stuart, we appreciate that financially times are hard, and we help to support those families and those children that will struggle. We're trying to make football. How can we put it? Trying to make football available to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you are a charity, therefore you need to raise funds. How do we get more funds into Stratford Town Colts?
One of the biggest issues I think that we have is sponsorship and grants.
Yeah.
We do manage to utilise the FA, the grants that are available through the Football Foundation, but I do think we still struggle for sponsorship. We do have a number of our teams that are sponsors for kit, but we still have teams that don't have sponsors. The ambition for all of us, I think, is to have an overall club sponsor would be really, really nice. You know, we're doing really, really well, but you know, financially we manage off registration fees, grants and sponsorships. So yes, always looking out for more sponsors. That would be really, really nice.
And how do people get involved with Stratford Town Colts, even be it for their youngsters to get involved with teams? How do they contact you to get involved, be it for sponsorship or indeed to get the youngsters playing football?
They can really contact us through a number of ways, through the website, through social media, through Facebook. Quite often we have people just turn up at the club with children wanting to play, so it can happen in a number of ways.
When?
Every night of the week. Every night of the week we have teams down here from 5 o'clock, which is normally the younger age groups, through till 9 o'clock at night. We also have our special team run by Martin Brookhausen. Did you met Martin last week?
Yep.
And we also have our very special over 50s. So we cater for all age groups, all backgrounds. So, you know, we don't like to discriminate against anybody. Everybody's welcome.
Absolutely. So it's usually matches on the weekend?
Matches on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yep.
Training from Tuesdays till Fridays.
Yep. So, but it's all split into age groups though, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So it's, give me an email address or a website that people can go to that can actually find out when they can bring their child down, or they can come down and watch or whatever.
Probably the best email address, if it's okay, would be my own personal one, which is paul_salter@live.co.uk.
Yep.
Or my mobile number 07706 001 453. But if anybody was to come down here any night of the week, then they would always make contact with a Stratford Town official. What we have been doing as well is not only getting the kids wearing the kit, but it's important that if any parent or anybody comes down here, they can see a Stratford Town official, and you'll see the orange kappa tops. So if you approached a Stratford Town official or even Hayley behind the bar, they'll point you in the right direction.
Absolutely. Pleasure talking to you, Paul.
Okay, thank you, Stuart.